advantages of the young adult group at RBC and a part of this study is we've got a lot of young people who are serving God with their summers. And today we want to talk to two of them and hear about how God used them on summer missions. First up is Megan Williams.
Hi, I'm Megan. I am a college graduate, and I went to Honduras this summer with Christa Burrs. Over to you, Christa.
What a hit!
That was quite a hit.
Also a part of the Honduras mission team was Christa Burrs.
Hi, I'm Christa. I'm in college and I went to Honduras on summer missions.
One of the exciting things is having some of our own college students, some of our peers, some of our friends go overseas and serve the Lord with their lives, advancing the name of Christ and the gospel of Christ. And these two went over to Honduras just a little while ago, and we wanted them to give an update and a report on kind of how things went and what they did. So Megan and Christa, if you guys could fill us in with what the trip was all about, maybe tell us a little bit about what you did while you were down there.
Well, we went down to do medical brigades and share the gospel. So we were at two different churches, and each church was like one room, and we would set up like 4 or 5 different stations. There would be a medical station where people would meet with doctors and nurses, a dental station where they would have their teeth cleaned or their teeth extracted, a pharmacy where they could get medications, and then there were 2 evangelism sites, one for adults to talk about the gospel and one for kids, where we would share the gospel with them and then clean their hair for lice. So that was what we were doing down there. Yeah.
And did you do the same thing, Christa? You were part of the same project?
Yeah, I did the same thing. Dan?
Well, good. That answers that. Why did you guys decide to go on this trip?
Well, many years ago, I was given advice, and it's really stuck with me since then. And that advice is just to follow your heart. Your heart is really honest. It won't lead you astray. It doesn't lie. And so my heart was just telling me to go on this trip. And you know what? I listened to my heart, and I will never regret it.
Megs, is that why you went on the trip?
Well, those reasons, but also, you know, I've always felt like missions is really important because Jesus tells us to share the gospel. So actually, I had already gone down to Honduras in December with the pausings, and I loved it, and came back, and Christa texted me and asked if I wanted to go with her, and I really felt like it was something that God wanted me to do.
Huh.
So.
Sounds like a much better reason to go. Why don't you guys tell us, what did God teach you while you were there? On a medical mission trip, a lot of us probably have never done a trip like that. What did God teach you while you were down there?
Well, I think for both of us, one of the biggest things was just seeing the poverty there, and then also seeing like that in comparison with the U.S. and just how rich we are here. So I think one of the biggest things that we learned was just that this isn't our home, and we shouldn't be any more comfortable in the U.S. than we were uncomfortable in Honduras. And so we're seeking a city that's to come, and we need to just not be comfortable here and have an eternal perspective.
One of the really cool things for me was the Sunday that we got down there, we worshipped in a church that we would have a brigade at the following day. So it was just traditional Honduran, one room, concrete floor. We were sitting in plastic lawn chairs, which is a popular furniture choice for them. Everything was in Spanish, and it was really awesome. The worship was loud. People were just clapping and dancing and singing, and it really didn't matter like what key you were singing in or how loud or what language you were speaking in. We were just really all focused on praising God. And so that was a neat reminder. Sometimes when we hang out with the same people, we forget that there will be other people in heaven, and so it was cool to just experience a different culture because it was a taste of what we'll see in heaven with other people.
Yeah, God's church is so much bigger than just what we have and we're seeing. He is working all throughout the world, bringing believers together of all nations, tribes, tongues, and languages. So it's exciting to see what you guys were able to do down there. Any follow-up prayer requests that we could be praying for you guys or for the ministry down in Tagus?
Well, for the ministry, we went with World Gospel Outreach, so you could just pray that they would continue to have a heart for the people of Tegucigalpa, and that they would just continue to share the gospel and serve the people and their not only physical but also spiritual needs. So you can pray that for the group.
Megs, anything that you would say we should be praying for, or we could be
Well,
praying for you or for the team?
I'm really glad that you asked that question. And like any good interviewee, I'm going to answer a different one. I'm going to answer the question, why should you go on a missions trip? I think it's very common for our age to not consider going on mission trips because, well, I have to work, or I have to raise money, or I'm in school, I'm too busy, I'm too poor. Which all those things may be true, but God provides, and I think it's more important to have an eternal perspective of sharing the gospel than to get caught up in this world of school and money. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great word. Thank you both for going on that trip, and I think it's so important for our generation to be one that reaches the world with the good news of Christ. And I think going on and participating in a mission trip, praying for missions, are huge parts of doing that, of accomplishing that great commission that Jesus left us with. So, thanks so much.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan. Or as they say in Spanish-speaking countries, gracias, Danielle.
De nada.